Eugene. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Well, guys, Oregon quarterback Dante Moore is so excited to kick off this season with Oregon. He surpassed an opportunity to be a high draft pick in the NFL to come back for one more ride after a disappointing college football playoff, showing last year he believes Oregon can take it all the way this season. And it will all ride on the Heisman hopes of Dante Moore and the Oregon Ducks. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. So Texas A&M's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Making side adjustments here. Throwing more. They're working that left side. Turning it on. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out. And that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse? And do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the...
Makes the grab inside the 30. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
You know, this offense knew coming into the game they were going to get some opportunities to take shots down the field. They feel like they've got the guys on the perimeter to win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
Moore. Quick completion on the out route. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. This is a designed run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And they'll spread receivers all over the field, 5 wide on second and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback keeper. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They give it to the freshman, his first carry. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And they tried to run that sweep out route. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge, and then he might be able to do some more damage.
Going downfield for the big play. Working that deep right side, an excellent concentration on the catch.
And, man, he had nobody around him. That has got to be embarrassing for this defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
You get a play like that, and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Reed. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Aggies! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. will put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dante Moore. Pulls it in. It's Stewart. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense has it. They're on the move.
Man, that's a big mistake. And listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. They're going to run it.
How about the offense? The offense goes with the run on 3rd and goal, thinking they can push it in there and be physical. The defense is having absolutely none of that. Nice job by the defense, committing to the run, being physical, and stuffing this offense.
They come to the line of scrimmage full of guts, passing on the field goal attempt that would give them the lead and going for the touchdown on 4th down. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Looking to get it in. And he is out of bounds, short of the goal line. It's a stop for this defense, a turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
The run inside, it's Hill. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at the 13. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. He wants to change this route. Here's Moore to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Brings it down on the right side. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Ducks. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. They'll try to add another to And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And boy, did they finish with a huge play in the passing game, scoring from 85 yards out. Just one of those mistakes that can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. They get to him as he throws. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Throwing Reed. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Horton. And they'll knock him down.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
On the gun, on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. Hit as he throws. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. There are few things that can impact the game more than the ability to hit the other team's quarterback, and that was a big play there.
And I love the team defense on this play. One, excellent job getting to the QB and forcing the errant pass. And how about the secondary on the back end, able to rally that football and pick it off?
Throwing more. Escapes the pressure to his right. Trying to make magic with his feet. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. More play action. Unloads to the wideout. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Edwards. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. The Aggies will try to move the chains on 4th down. Reed to throw for it on 4th. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And the Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Edwards. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Fires downfield. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. 6th play of the drive coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. Going for it all. A full dive to haul that one in.
And now that completely changes the thought process for this offense. Like, you're thinking, don't make a bad play, don't turn it over, understand I might have to punt the football. Now you flip the field position immediately, looking to be aggressive to get some points before the half.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Working that left side now. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. Texas A&M will use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. 4th down, Reed. Complete out of the backfield. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The Aggies, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Here's Reed to throw. Moving away from pressure. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Under fire. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Quarterback making checks. Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Finds his man. Got room at the 35. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll take the deep shot. Got it inside the tag. Touchdown Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the #1 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the home team, keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, this offensive line, they've just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Shows him the stiff arm. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Finds his man. It's Edwards. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The run inside. It's Edwards. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Here's the pressure. On target over the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. On the ground, it's Edwards. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
It's complete on the right side. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Reed. Bringing the heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. He lets it fly. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. He is denied, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll take it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. Quickly complete. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Quarterback may change this route. Moore makes the grab. It's Bear. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. The Ducks headed quickly to the line.
Booster! Go!
Moore to the air. Pressure coming. And down he goes.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Moore with the play fake. He's going to run it. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the 1st down on 3rd down.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Dante Moore. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Now they're going to throw it. Here's a heat. Being chased. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So 1st down will open up the final period. On the direct snap, it's Moore. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Pocket breaking down. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's good! And that will extend their lead even further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.